Live from the Man Cave, it's Flag on the Play with HB and Bud. We're going to talk Jags, Gators, and all things North Florida sports. Because we're Duval till we die. Flag family, back at it again. I want to start the show by saying Jags lost again, just like this show is back again. That's the last time we will acknowledge that the Jaguars lost to the Titans on this show until next year. So that's not happening. Shu came back in. Shu will be starting next week. I know Bud is like me and he feels indifferent about it, so we'll move on from that. Now let's get to the nitty-gritty of what I want to talk about.
Because the whole Shu starting thing, Jag Nation, FOTB family, it doesn't matter. Stop putting your energy into this Shu thing. It don't matter who start. Like, it really
you remember
don't.
The Wyclef and the Rock song? Just left the what did it say? Just left the Griot, brought a crib in Rio. It doesn't matter. Remember that?
Oh,
like
yeah.
Wyclef and the Rock.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
That's a good song. It doesn't matter. I like. Oh, you took me. It doesn't matter. Like, my friend, I play Baltimore. You're not beating Baltimore. You're not.
If you was gonna try to beat Baltimore, what strategy would you run? If you're the Jags, if you're Doug Marrone, you're starting Shu. What's your strategy? Look at the radio silence right there.
Hell, I can win. There is no strategy. They don't do strategy. They're horrible coaches. There is no strategy.
You gotta have a strategy to win.
I guess I would try to make Lamar Jackson beat me from the pocket. But in the words of my homeboy, who little girl got snatched from under the bed, good luck.
Good luck. Good luck.
Good luck. I mean,
who more badass, John Wick or Liam Neeson character in Taken? Who more badass?
John Wick pretty badass.
John Wick's pretty badass.
John Wick's
pretty badass.
And all badass?
John Wick or Rambo? Oh, look at you trying to.
Wick pretty good, bro. It's hard.
Bro, I was doing this today. I was trying to figure out who's more badass than John Wick. I think John Wick might be the most badass character of all time, boy. Shaft pretty badass too, but John Wick
pretty good.
Yeah, but John Wick, that guy, bro.
Bro, I've literally seen John Wick get shot off a building and live.
Yeah, that's true. He did get shot off a building and lived or whatever. And I seen a dog bite his nuts and he still did his thing. So John Wick, I can't wait to John Wick. What is it, 5 now? Or 4?
Is it 4?
Yeah, man. I can't wait to John Wick 4 come out. It's gonna be good stuff. I would take John Wick as the coach right now, the Jaguars, because he wouldn't take no foolishness at all. Speaking of Doug Marrone and his strategy, Adam Schefter had a report out today that Doug might stick around. Bud, how you feel about that? The radio silence tells it all. They say it's a good chance. It's a good chance.
It's not a good chance. And I was sad because I was a component of they're not gonna fire Dave. And come to find out they fired Dave.
I told you that was cap. I say that's cap.
And yeah, I was like, man, they're not gonna fire Dave. And it's like, and because like you go back, you can't really believe that Dave built this team, and I think Dave really thought they were gonna win. You had to. If this was your last year, so you really thought this team could win. That's horrible.
Yeah,
now you find that's pretty bad.
They can't draft.
You can win this year. You can't.
They can't draft. This is why the franchise is so bad. You can't draft, you can't coach, and you can't cut. That's a problem, bro. That's the 3 fundamentals of running a football organization: drafting, cutting, and coaching. So I would add free agents in there, but I'll include that in with the drafting. You can't pick them, you can't cut them, you can't coach them. So I don't know what to tell you on that. That's bad business. I hope that the reports are wrong. I think they're wrong because I don't know how they would get that report with no general manager in place. That don't make no sense at all.
No way you bring it back, Doug.
Yeah, no way you bring it back. So
no GM would bring Doug back.
Segue. By the way, how many listeners we got worldwide? But how many people listening to this right now?
World. I don't even know. Like,
when last time you looked at the stream? I think it's like 8,000, maybe up to 8,000.
I haven't looked at the stream in a while.
8,000 listeners worldwide, and all we asked y'all monkey behinds for was a segue. That's it. We just want a little segue.
Still
Me and Bud, two fat cats, just want to ride around on a little segue. You know what I'm saying? Y'all have yet to provide. Meanwhile, Jim Rome get flooded with gifts. Huh?
Rome is burnt. Oh my God, Rome is still a
Rome
three.
still at it, man. He on CBS Sports Radio.
God,
Jim Rome flooded with gifts.
That's horrible.
Yeah, man. It is.
I mean,
horrible.
I guess he got paid, but that was a bad decision. The last time I remember him was from ESPN. Rome is burning. I do remember that.
You can tell this is a Jaguar podcast because 8,000 listeners and all of them broke. Duval.
Look here.
But Doug ain't staying. So we good on that. So we're gonna segue into it. So me and Bud was talking earlier today, and we was giving out our top 5 list of coaching replacements. So we're gonna do coach and GM replacements, and then we're gonna get to college, and then we're gonna get out of here because ain't no reason to bore y'all because this foolishness for real. So
I mean, we're not even gonna hold y'all up. Now we love y'all, but we ain't even gonna hold y'all hostage.
Ain't even worth the time.
We got 3 more games left, and it's literally all about. I'm not gonna talk about this. This team is putrid. They're horrible. So why even give y'all that? We're all about hope. And the hope is a general manager and a coach. That's what we're talking about.
That's what we're doing. Bud, go ahead and give me your 5, man.
My 5, in no order. I want Brady. I wouldn't mind Brady. I wouldn't mind Jim Caldwell.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't mind Herbs. Herbs hit the list after Albert Brew report that Urban Meyer might be interested. I would take Urban Meyer. That's 3. I would take Bieniemy. That's my 4.
Okay.
And my last but not least, I would take the Niners defensive coordinator.
See, okay, so on that list, so let me, and we'll do this for each other. I'll pick out my favorite and my worst from you, with the list or whatever. So I'm gonna do my favorite first. I hate to say this, but from your list, I'm gonna have to say my favorite is Urban Meyer. And it's weird. I didn't think it would be, but after just thinking about it and lingering on it a little bit after you shared a story with me earlier today, I'm like, you know what? I'll take that because it'll be brand new, fresh, everything. And that's kind of what I think we need right now. We need to refresh this whole organization, man. This organization is trash.
And I think the vibe Herbs would bring would be that vibe of Pete Carroll.
Yeah.
Pete Carroll over Seattle.
Yeah, because to me, man, I don't think any of those coaches would be a bad hire. Now I know earlier today you said Caldwell and Jim Caldwell.
Bruh, if you can win with the Detroit Lions, you can win with anybody.
Yeah. And earlier today you said that, and to me that was like the
honorable mention. I know he older. Honorable mention Marvin Lewis because he won with the Bengals.
Oh, Marvin Lewis, 167 years old.
Honorable mention.
But you know what? I wouldn't even be mad at that. I wouldn't be. That is a more of a Jaguars type of coaching hire than a Urban Meyer or Eric Bieniemy.
But I know Jag Nation. I know we have our angst about Shad. I feel like Shad gonna make a splash.
Yeah. Did you put Ryan Day in there?
No, I did not.
You didn't put Ryan Day in there. Okay. Did you put the Niners D coordinator in there, right?
Sir, I did.
Yeah, I think that's my least favorite. And even then, out of that top 5, I dislike Marvin Lewis and Caldwell more than I dislike the Niners D coordinator. So that, if that makes sense. But I think the Niners D coordinator is my least favorite in those particular circumstances because I just feel like it's splash time, and we got to stop being.
He's a hot name. He's a hot name out there.
Yeah, for.
Are you shell shock? Are you shell shock on NFC West defensive guys?
Yeah, like I
remember Gus. That's what a Gus bus.
Yeah, and my thing is the Niners defense is good, but is the Niners defense good because like Richard Sherman and those pieces they got, or is the Niners defense good because of scheme? They don't really have a complicated scheme or a
And he
good
would be coming
scheme.
home. Remember the Niners DC was a linebackers coach at Jacksonville before too.
Yes, he
So you
was.
can
Yes, he
kind of,
was.
yep,
And that's
you kind
another
of connect
reason
those
why
dots.
I don't want nobody who'd have been in this building. Period. Because if you've been in this building,
I see what you did there.
you know
I
what I'm
see what you
saying?
did there. I see what you
Because if
did
you've
there.
been in this building, you're a loser. Like for real. And I don't want no losers. Get all the losers out of here. So I'm gonna give my 5 and then I'll let you pick your favorite and your least favorite. Okay, so
Go.
my 5, I got Byron Leftwich, and I'm going in order from my favorite to least favorite or whatever. I got Byron Leftwich, I got Dan Mullen, Jim Harbaugh, Eric Bieniemy, and Hugh Freeze. That's my top 5. And I know Hugh Freeze is gonna surprise a lot of people. It surprised superfan Steve earlier today when I
Your
seen
list
it.
is. I have so many I don't like from your list. I literally do not like your coaches at all.
That's cool. That mean they perfect.
I
That mean they
don't want.
perfect.
I don't want Byron Leftwich. No, thank you.
Why don't you like Byron Leftwich, man? What's
It's
your angst
something
against
about.
Byron,
It's
man?
something about Byron. I can't put my fit. I kind of feel like it's. I want. I'm weird. I kind of want somebody to be their own man. Like like Byron with that Bruce Arians, man. I don't know. Like Kansas City offensive coordinator. I get a little worried about him too, because like Andy
The
Reid
enemy.
is the enemy, yeah. But like Andy Reid is the guy, so like that stuff kind of bothers me. Like
Well,
Harbaugh, I think Harbaugh's a good coach. I don't have. That's probably my favorite. Who else you said on your list? Like I don't like Leftwich.
I said Leftwich, Dan Mullen, right? Because Dan Mullen was my number 2. So
Yeah,
Leftwich, Dan Mullen,
damn Mullen.
Harbaugh, Eric Bieniemy, and Hugh Freeze.
My least favorite Leftwich and
Wow, really? Leftwich your least favorite?
least
That's
favorite. I
shocking to
can't.
me. I thought for sure Hugh Freeze would be your least favorite.
They about the same. They literally. I disagree with both. And my favorite pick of yours would probably be Harbaugh.
Harbaugh, I think, is just a sure thing. Like if you get Harbaugh in here, I already know what he's gonna do.
Harbaugh today, I think came out said he's a Michigan man. He's committed to Michigan.
That's good, bro. You stay in Michigan. That's fine.
Because he's a Michigan man.
I just think that like I got thrown off a little bit by I'm trying to think of what's the right word for it. The Hugh Freeze thing, I think it thrown off Superfan Steve a little bit. And I kind of was expecting the blowback or whatever, but I got thrown off by how heavy the blowback really is. Because, bro, Hugh Freeze went to Ole Miss. Ole Miss is complete garbage. Okay. Ole Miss ain't never gonna be nothing. They ain't a special program. They're the school that hang Confederate flags over their black players. That's what Ole Miss is. That's real talk. Or whatever. So
he beat Nick. What he beat Nick 3 times, 3 out of 5 times versus Nick.
Yeah. That's pretty good at Ole Miss.
Pretty good at Ole Miss,
bro.
That's pretty
without
good.
Eli Manning and without Patrick Willis. That's Ole Miss with no quarterback that whole time. You know what I'm saying? He had some quarterbacks that got drafted, like Jim Kelly nephew or whatever. But it wasn't like they was balling. It wasn't like they was unstoppable.
Pretty good.
And he was pretty good. They was in some some SEC West title fights. And I'll take that at Ole Miss. And now he's at Liberty University.
Liberty.
Yeah, wrong Liberty. That Liberty's better than this Liberty. This is the university that's synonymous with Donald Trump saying, I like Corinthians 1. and their dean or head person in charge just got caught because he wanted to get cucked out. Remember, his wife had him getting cucked out. So Liberty University is facts. I'm just stating facts.
They need coach. They sound like they need Coach Jesus over there.
They do need Coach Jesus because Liberty University is Jesus University, and he went in there. So the only game he lost was, first of all, Liberty shouldn't even be competitive in FBC.
Remember when he coached from a hospital bed?
Yeah, man. And that's my thing. Like, bro, Liberty shouldn't be competitive in FBS or whatever. They shouldn't.
Yeah, they're doing that thing.
And they doing the thing. They lost. The only school they lost to was a Power 5 school, and they beat 3 Power 5 schools. But the only school they lost to was a Power 5 school in North Carolina State, and they only lost by 1 point. So you can say whatever you want about Hugh Freeze tricking off, and that's why he left at Ole Miss because he was tricking and all of that. But guess what, man? This is the NFL. I don't care if you're tricking or not, brother. Can you win games? Can you win games? And I just think he's a good hire. I think he's a good hire, man. I don't be surprised if down the road from now, 3-4 years, when he done fully redeemed himself and then he get a job, whether it be.
I think
You think he going to
Auburn has.
Auburn?
I think Auburn has honed in on him, and you don't fire Gus Malzahn if you can't get. And I think
Hugh
he's a number
Freeze.
one guy. I'm
I
trying to
wouldn't
think of
take
somebody
that
else.
job with a long. You were saying earlier, what's the worst job in college football? I of course said the
It's
Idaho
Vandy. It ain't
Vandals.
even close.
It's the Idaho
Vandy,
Vandals, bro. That's the worst. Why
No,
would you go
it's
coach at
Vandy.
Idaho? You talking about
Why would you
Vanderbilt.
why would you coach at Vandy? They have zero commitment to winning. Zero.
That's all right though. You can still win
all
there,
that
and it's
money,
the
all that
SEC.
money the SEC gives to Vandy to fix up their facilities and all this other stuff, it goes straight to the nerds.
Look at your boy at Penn State who used to coach at Vandy.
Yeah,
you can coach
Stone.
at Vandy and be successful. Yeah, you can coach there and be successful. Ain't nobody coming from Idaho. Once you get to Idaho, you're done. You in that little indoor arena coaching, you're done. Idaho, to me, Idaho is the worst D1 job, followed by Florida State, and it is what it is. Idaho then Florida State.
They beat Duke's ass. Aha.
Duke's a better job than Florida State. Think about that. Now.
Don't
they'll switch it back around, maybe. We really shouldn't even say your name, by the way.
Moving on.
But I'm just saying, in the future, I'm pretty sure Hugh Freeze is going to be like, we're going to be like, oh, what a hell of a coach, even whether it's at Auburn or not. I wouldn't take that Auburn job because
it's a good job.
Nah,
it's a good job.
Here's why I don't think the Auburn job a good job. You will forever be compared to what school? Alabama. Exactly. So you ain't never gonna be Nick Saban. Now the Auburn job is a good job if Nick Saban ain't there in Alabama.
Can't do it forever.
I'm not about to be the number 2 school in Alabama.
Nick can't do it forever, bro.
Well, Nick seemed like he's gonna do it to about 90, so I don't know what to tell you. And that's the thing. When you're in Alabama, bro, the thing about Alabama, there's the second best school in Alabama is Auburn, and it's always going to be that way. But however, Auburn don't think it's that way. Auburn think they're supposed to be better than Alabama, and that's not even reasonable. Y'all are barely better than LSU sometimes.
Bro, Auburn got good facilities, and they recruit well. Auburn's a good job, bro. Auburn, you top three in the West. LSU, what is it? Alabama, LSU, Auburn, top 3 offer up every
That's
year.
true, but I'm holding off.
And it literally go on a carousel of being the win. Well, Alabama's definitely going on their run, but Auburn, Gus Malzahn has beaten Auburn. He's literally kept his job like 3 or 4 years because he beat Alabama.
Yeah, I'm holding off on that. I'm not that like.
And Gus Malzahn is an effing idiot. By Gus Malzahn, you Bo. Bro, you had Bo bleeping Nix as your quarterback. You are an idiot.
And what's the difference between? And see, this is my thing about the Auburn job. What's the difference between Gus Malzahn and Tommy Tuberville? Nothing. They're the same dude. It's the same coach. So that's my point. Like, if you're at Auburn, you are who you are. Like, there is no in between. Like, you're the Auburn coach. So it's all good. But I gladly will take Hugh in Jacksonville because I think he can coach. And what I want right now is a guy who can coach. A guy who can coach. Now, if we could get Harbaugh, we in the game. I'll take Urban because I know Urban can coach. But I need a guy who can coach. Bieniemy, I'm like you. I'm cautiously optimistic. I think that he would do well because Pat Mahomes and Fields' playing style is very similar. But I also, I'm weary of getting a coordinator, man. Get somebody who done been a head coach before. Because what is the last successful coordinator to become a coach? McVay and your boy out in San Francisco, right?
McVay, Shanahan,
and Shanahan up in the air. We know McVay's a good coach, but Shanahan's up in the air for real. So, yeah, look at you struggling. Who's the other besides McVay and Shanahan, who are debatable? Who's the last coordinator to actually do well?
Look
at you. Give me a head coach.
Oh, my boy, Buffalo. Let's go Buffalo. Buffalo
There
head
you
coach.
go. I give him that, and he got
Um,
lucky because Josh Allen was a crapshoot, and they hit it 7.
Buffalo head coach. So let me go through the. Oh! You played this game with the wrong man, my friend. Flores out there in Miami.
Jury out on him. I don't trust it. I don't trust it. The,
Oh yeah, whatever. He might
I
have
don't
Miami in the
trust it.
playoffs. He was like a and gave Kansas City all they can handle. So that's the
Everybody been
AFC
giving
East.
Kansas City all they can
So
handle. Kansas City done won 14 games, all they can handle. What are you talking about?
so that's recently. You want in general or recently? Because a
That's just
lot of these
recently. Because a
uh
lot of guys came up from coordinators, but like
here we go. Here we go. Another one. Browns coach. He was Vikings offensive coordinator. Oh,
yeah,
we
and see, here go my thing though. The last coach to actually win the Super Bowl that was a coordinator is uh shoot. I just had it in my head.
You mean who wasn't a coordinator? You mean who was a head coach somewhere else and then became a head coach again? You mean?
No, the last coach to win the Super Bowl that was a coordinator previously and became a head coach. Who's that? I just had it in my
Oh,
head and it's just slipped my mind.
couldn't have been Harbaugh, is it?
No, he went, but he lost. Oh, it is Harbaugh. It's John Harbaugh. That's who it was. That's who I was thinking. John
That's
Harbaugh
I
was
feel
the
like that.
special teams coach,
I feel like
and
that
then he
can't
won the
be right.
Super Bowl. Name the other one.
I
Maybe
can't.
Sean Payton before that, and that's too long ago. That's what I'm saying. Name one. Sean Payton. So we go John Harbaugh, Sean Payton. Because outside of that, it's been Belichick, Pete Carroll, who already was a head coach, national championship coach. So you had Belichick, Pete Carroll. Oh, I guess you could say
Ah,
Mike Tomlin, but that's been a
Tomlin.
while ago too.
I just about to say Tomlin.
Yeah, but that's been a while ago too. So it's like, what we talking about here? Like, it's rare that a guy without coaching experience gonna come in and be a baller or a beast like that. That's just not. It's not happening like that.
You gotta start somewhere.
Yeah, I take the enemy, but I struggle to
And I mean, I kind of prefer a proven head coach.
yeah, I struggle to think it's legit. Okay, so we're not gonna do a top 5 on GMs, but I do want to hear in your wheelhouse who's your favorite for GM right now.
Uh, GMs are GMs are harder to do. You don't really know name GMs. Like I said, my top pick is Urban Meyer coming in being a head coach and buying the groceries.
You
So
want
let's
Urban
go ahead and
Meyer to
get
be the 2020 Tom Coughlin.
come through Herbs,
So you want
come
him to
through.
have both duties. You want him to be Bill Belichick. See, I don't want that. I'm still beating the drum for Peyton Manning.
Um,
Give me
General
Peyton Manning
manager.
as a GM. Yes, sir. Give me Peyton Manning. I trust Peyton Manning. I believe he can evaluate talent.
I
So
see
give
what you're
me
saying, but anybody, like I said, any the top exec coming out of the Colts, the Ravens top guy, like the right hand man in the Ravens, I'll take Pittsburgh. I'll take that's three.
so you
Uh,
going, you going.
Kansas City. Can anybody in Kansas City? That's pretty good too. And I'll take Oh, I almost forgot. I'll take Dorsey. Dorsey ain't got no job. I'll take him.
You going stock, lock, stock, and barrel. I'm going insane because I got Peyton Manning, and based on what Mark Mayock has been doing in the Raiders, I want Daniel Jeremiah or Bucky Brooks. I'm so serious too, bro. Like, give me somebody who I know when they look
Man,
at talent, they say that guy's good.
you fall for them talking heads you want to.
Let me ask you this though, because we clowned him when he first got there. Because we did on this show, we clowned him. Is Mike Mayock a bad GM based on what you've seen so far?
I don't know. He let Josh. Well, I was about to say he let Josh Allen go through his hands, but
Ooh, ooh.
uh,
Because the guy he got from Clemson getting sacks right now. How many Josh Allen got this year? I'll wait.
yeah, he been hurt, man. That ain't fair. Plus, his coaches are idiots.
Okay.
They gonna
I'm
be
just
so
saying
much. Josh Allen gonna be so much better with better coaching.
the guy he
God,
got from Clemson, in Las Vegas is better than Josh Allen right now. I'm not saying overall potential glass ceiling he's better. I'm just saying right now, the guy he drafted that we clown him for drafting, that we said was the worst pick of the top 10, is better than Josh Allen.
We just ain't know what the hell he was. I need to look. I want to see his numbers. We need to look that up.
It was the Clemson guy.
I can't think of his name.
What year was Josh Allen drafted? 2019. Yeah, 2019-20. Brittany, could you look up the Las Vegas Raiders draft pick for the 2019-20 and then look at his numbers, please, for this year, his stats. If he got 2 sacks, he got better numbers than Josh Allen.
You are an idiot.
As facts, though, right? Josh got 1, right?
You are an idiot. That does not determine. That does not determine that he's doing better.
But if you're a GM and you're signing a defensive end, and I have defensive end A, and I give you analytics and all that, and he has 13 sacks, and I got defensive end B who got better analytics, but he has 3 sacks, who you signing? Who you signing? You signing the 13? Yeah, exactly. You're signing the 13 sacks. So don't tell me the sacks don't matter. The stats.
You don't know this. You don't know this dude got no damn 13 sacks.
I ain't say he got it. I'm just saying he got more than 1, because that's what Josh Allen got. Josh Allen got 1, and the other guy got more than 1. So I don't know what to tell you. I'll take Mike Mayock. And you know what else Mike Mayock did? That was a good decision. He got rid of AB. That was a good decision.
Man, AB got rid of himself. AB was ape shit crazy.
And you know what? A lot of GMs, including myself, would have said, "Okay, well, you're on the team, bro." And he did the right thing, and he cut, bro, and it saved his team. And they knocking on the playoff door right now.
They just got their doors blown off by the Colts, though. But they in the thick of
it. They need a quarterback.
Use a quarterback. Don't do you crazy. Carr's a good quarterback.
I said
they need a defense. That's why they just fired their damn defensive coordinator.
I said it. Their defensive coordinator is atrocious. However, Derek Carr ain't gonna get you that ship, brother. And you know my rules about quarterback. If you ain't getting me the ship, I need another one. Real talk. If you ain't get me the ship, I need another one, big dog. If you ain't get me the ship, I need another one.
Oh my God, you would run your organization like damn Madden.
Dang right, bro. I'm getting it. Listen, what's the purpose? Okay, what's the purpose of running a football organization? To win the championship. That's what sports is about. Winning the championship. This ain't soccer, okay? So like it's different. Okay, I know y'all always climb about soccer, but in soccer, if I'm Tottenham, my goal is to win the Premier League, win the Champions League. That's my goal. Okay, but if I'm a club like Newcastle, well, not Newcastle, that's a big club. But if I'm a club like Wolverhampton or Wigan, I'm just happy that I'm there. I'm happy I stayed up in the Champions League or in the Premier League. This ain't soccer. This the NFL. Your goal is to win. So
literally, their goal is to not get relegated.
Yes,
that is exactly. That is a horrible sport.
There's whole teams that their goal is to not get relegated, and then there's other teams because the top 6 teams play in the European Championships or whatever. It's other teams' goal that they happy if they finish 6th place. Oh, we made a top 6. Everton, I'm looking at you. You know what I'm saying?
Do they celebrate that?
Yeah, I'm not celebrating that.
Do they pop? So quick, because I know nothing. Do they pop bottles like they won the championship when they get to stay in the top league?
Depend on the squad. I know with Tottenham, if we was doing a thing where we was staying in the top league or whatever, we would be disappointed and we would sack our manager because we'd be like, "What the hell? You supposed to be competing for the title, and you're competing a relegation fight." As a matter of fact, I'll give you a team you've heard of, Liverpool. A few years ago, when they just got bought by the guys who owned the Red Sox or whatever, right? Fenway, whatever it's called, Fenway Sports or whatever, they bought Liverpool. And Liverpool is like one of the most, like, it's one of the best clubs, greatest clubs of all time. Like, it's famous, like Dallas Cowboys. That's how Liverpool is, right? They haven't been good for a while, but it's still the Dallas Cowboys. And they were in a relegation battle. And David Moyes, who was in charge of Liverpool at the time, was like, "Oh, the club's not too big to be in a relegation battle." You know what happened to him after he said that, bud? Got fired. Because guess what? The club's too big to be in a relegation battle. Okay? They brought in Kenny Dalglish, and Kenny Dalglish got him up the table and got him in the European Championship spot. Good, because that's where they belong. Not no damn bottom table. And that's like with the NFL, we talked about this before, but it's parity. Every team has a chance when the year starts 0.
The NFL is set up for everyone to be good.
Right, to have parity.
No one's supposed to be as bad as
no one's supposed to be bad as long as the Jags have been bad. So therefore, when I talk about quarterbacks or I talk about anything quarterback related in the NFL, I don't tolerate mediocrity.
Everyone
That's
has everyone has dominated this division for a stretch except us.
except us, and I don't tolerate mediocrity. And that's my
It's
the
gotta
problem with a lot of
it's gotta
teams.
be our time, right? We finna get Lawrence or Fields. This gotta be the
This got to be
decade.
it.
This gotta
This
be the
got to be
golden.
it.
This gotta be finna be the golden
I just
age,
wish it
right?
was the number one pick and not the number two pick because I know Trevor Lawrence is a sure thing, and I'm 89 to 90% sure that Fields is a sure thing. But that
So
10%
and
being a
that and you
Jazz
know
fan
what?
scared the hell out
And
of
you
me.
know what? That's the difference. And now I honestly, in my book, that's the difference between Fields and Lawrence. You got a
Mm-hmm.
100% sure thing
Mm-hmm.
or 89% sure thing. That's
Right.
pretty. That's the difference between Lawrence and Fields, huh?
And that's the thing about it, bro. Like that 10% if I was an Eagles fan or a Browns fan or a Ravens fan or a Washington football team fan, I would be okay with that 10%. Cause look, bro, luck's up on my side or whatever. However, I'm a Jags fan and the football guys hate me. So that
They really
10%,
do.
knowing my luck, he's gonna be Blake Bortles.
We only need to lose 2 games to clinch 2 at worst.
I don't know how we don't get to at this point.
You got 3 games. You lose 2, you clinch the number 2 spot.
We
So
ain't
you can
beating the
only so
Ravens.
you can only afford to win 1.
Well, let's do that, and let's go ahead and do that, and move on to college ball because we got to get on the Gators. Let's do
So
this
we
pick.
just
We playing the
literally
Ravens,
uh-huh.
and for the first time in forever, I don't even think the score matters. So we just gonna pick the game. Lamar
Right.
Jackson,
Right.
893, Jags 60. Okay, let me get real. So I'm gonna go Ravens, of course. And Lamar Jackson was struggling up until last week. So
They
I'm
got the
gonna go
Browns Ravens play the Browns tonight.
Ravens play the Browns tonight. I'm gonna check that out in a few here. So I'm gonna say Ravens. Ooh, they playing 27 Jags. Shoe coming back. You know what? Let me get a tight one because Jazz been playing tough lately. 27-24. Just so
Not
they can
against
fuel the Doug Marone
not
might stay fire
against
and
the
make Doug
Titans.
make Bud uncomfortable for one more week.
You got the Ravens at home in a playoff battle. Yannick Ngakoue is playing against the Jaguars.
Who?
Yannick Ngakoue
Who?
is playing. Yannick
Who?
Ngakoue
Who that?
He's playing against the Jaguars for his revenge game. Calais, who did not want to leave Jacksonville, is playing against the Ravens.
Oh yeah.
Give me Ravens 30, Jaguars 17.
That's a blowout. I don't know if I can.
Yeah,
Bro.
yeah. The next tough game Jaguars got, the next winnable game the Jaguars got is against the Bears, and the Bears just smoked the Texans. But the next winnable game the Jags got is against the Bears.
Ain't no way we beating the Bears. With Mitch out here trying to get to the playoffs. Ain't no way we beating the Bears. Mitch trying to prove me wrong.
All 3 teams we're playing are trying to make the playoffs.
Yeah, we ain't winning no games, brother. Come on, Jets. Jets, man, I thought with the Seahawks defense, Jets might do something.
The worst thing happened to the Jets was the Seahawks losing to the Giants the week before.
Bro, the Jets are so bad at football. When I tell you they're so bad at football, bro, I'm pretty sure that the Gators might give them a hard time, but we'll throw a shoe and ruin it.
I saw Geno Smith. Geno got into the game against the Jets. That's how bad. The Seahawks are so petty. Oh, they petty.
You see what I was about to say?
That's why Geno got in. The
pettiness, yeah.
The pettiness of it all. The same way the Titans did the Jaguars. Got Swain catching touchdowns.
Yeah, I feel you. So, Bud, let's talk about this. You said what now?
I hate their coach even more. I said I hate the Titans so much. And I hate their coach. Such a douchebag. I cannot stand that dude.
Bro, the Titans are. I can't wait the next year when we can be competitive against them.
For real. Keep going before I throw. Keep going before I throw a shoe at producer Brittany. Get
Well,
to
let's
them
talk
Gators.
about the 850
I want to throw.
pound
I want to
bull
throw. I
gator
want
in
to
the
throw a.
room.
I want to throw a shoe at her.
By the way, the shoe incident for the Florida Gator game is on the anniversary of George Bush getting the two shoes thrown at him in Iraq. So I don't know like how the universe be lining this stuff
President
up,
Bush.
but you can't make it up.
President Bush handled them shoes like a G. Well, what?
President Bush handled them shoes better than Dan Mullen did. Because I would have took
Exactly.
Buddy out the game. You hear me? I would have took him out the
Yeah,
game.
very, very disappointed in Dan. I'm even more disappointed with how Dan is handling this. Dan is kind of like,
Flag
oh,
family, hold on a second. We only paused the show for two things. We paused the show for my boo, the great Winnie Harlow. And then we also paused the show when I see Austin so that I can let him know it's up there and it's stuck there, young man. And I know you can hear me. When I see you, you faded and X-rated, boy. It's done, boy. Ain't nothing but beef in these streets, boy. I'm gonna cook you like a steak and ain't gonna get no breaks, boy. You hear me?
you're
He,
literally
I
talking about
listen. That
fighting a
man is the
young
bane of
man.
my existence, bro. All
You're really
482
talking
pounds
about
on.
fighting a young man. You should
You
be
dang
ashamed of
right, I'm gonna
yourself.
fight that young
You are
man.
you are a fully grown adult, and you want to fight this up
He
and
trying to get out of
coming
it right now by
young
being
man.
sweet and hugging his mama right now. But it's up there and it's stuck there, bro. Your mama can get it too, bro. Straight up.
Go
Two
ahead and
piece and a
sing.
biscuit. Ain't no secret. I ain't miss it. What's up, bro?
Go ahead and sing it, Austin. I'm a young black man
Oh man, come on now.
doing
Come
the
on now.
best that I can.
Hey, Shorty from Duval who sung that song.
I know he go to my church.
Oh, he go to your church? Boy,
Yeah.
I'm beefing with your church right now, boy. They ruining something very special to me. And I told you to tell them to cut that out.
Yes, producer Brittany.
Brother, but
Credit history is one
it
factor.
could be done way better.
Producer Brittany. That's a side talk we gotta get to. Cause I feel you. I ain't gonna go on the rest of the show, but I'm here. We here. We'll get to that later. That's a whole nother podcast.
Well, I'll
But I
tell
see
you
what you did there.
I didn't
We
know they
here.
made that great song, Bud, in your church. But
Yes.
I see your church produce the
he
same
performed.
quality of results because the results of what I told you don't allow earlier is the same result of that song. Horrible.
He
You hear
performed
me?
it. He performed it and everything. And I think he performed it at our church.
Anywho, Bud, what you feel about the Gators, man? Because I ain't about to get on that young man singing that horrible song, and your church clearly don't want me to be happy at all. Go ahead, brother.
My thing about the Gators, Gators got Alabama. And speaking of our boy, I'm just trying to live. That's how I feel about Alabama. I don't want no trouble. My people don't want no trouble. That's how I feel.
Don't want no trouble.
That's how when the Gators roll up to the Georgia Dome with a I'm sorry, to hot Atlanta, Mercedes Benz.
It's hot right now too, hot with COVID. But go ahead.
As we roll up to the game, it's literally my people don't want no trouble. That's literally how I feel.
Well, I'm gonna tell you right now, boy. I now that you said that, I am 100% on board with walking into the Mercedes-Benz stadium singing straight Negro spirituals so that we don't get beat too bad by Massa Saban and his boys. You hear me? Because they about to sweep the whole flow. You know what I learned from this weekend, bud?
You know what I learned?
We thought it was gonna play out.
Gators don't get it twisted. Gators definitely have a puncher's chance.
You think so?
Yeah, they got a puncher's. Listen to my word. They have a puncher's chance. When Coach Teef and the boys, there was no chance. That's what you got. When Coach Teef and them went there was no chance in hell because you got no chance.
Okay, so that's a tradition now.
Oh,
that bad body.
No chance. Us playing them, we have a puncher.
I seen a sack of potatoes off screen. My bad, y'all.
Oh my god, we have a puncher's chance against Alabama.
I disagree,
but I think we're gonna beat Alabama? Hell no. To the no said hell no. And see
that's what your church should have been saying.
People don't understand how important this LSU game was because in my book, LSU was important because you're not beating Bama. You're not beating Bama,
bro.
So I'm like, you get the LSU game, you get that game locked up, then you lose to Alabama. You go ahead and slide to that New Year's 6. You done won the SEC East. It's a successful season to me. Now you done took that L from LSU, and then you gotta play Bama. So that's gonna be 2 L's. So now that's 3 L's, and that probably knock you out of the New Year's Six in my book.
Boy, check me out. I'm not even playing a bowl game. If I'm a college football team, I'm not even playing a bowl game unless
Oh,
it's
if I'm for
playoffs.
I see me personally,
Unless
my
it's a New
book,
Year's Six, because New
if
Year's
it's
Six, you get millions of dollars. I'm not
New
going to the
Year,
Shreveport, Ludwig,
come
Mississippi,
through, come
Worcestershire
through,
Bowl. I'm
come
not doing
through,
that.
come through,
I'm not.
HB.
I'm
No,
not
we're
going
not.
to.
We're
I'm
not
not going
doing
to
it.
the Seattle Vegan Bowl. I'm
No,
not
we're
going
not.
to the Las Vegas Stripper Tropicana Bowl. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing
BYU,
that.
BYU and BYU and UCF have already signed up for the Boca Raton Bowl, I
I'm not
believe.
doing that. Y'all got
I
me
wouldn't,
messed up, brother.
I wouldn't
I'm
do it
not doing
either.
that. It's
I'm not
playoffs or
playing.
bust.
It's either me. It's either playoffs, New Year's Six. Cause New Year's Six, bro, you going to Cali, you going to New
Right.
Orleans. I get you getting swagged out. That's big time bowl. If it's a big time bowl, we playing, bro. I'm not playing an Outback Bowl. I'm straight on that. I'm
Yeah, I'm
straight
not
on
doing
that.
that. I'm not doing that,
I'm
bro.
not doing that.
Because at the end of the day, bro, for what? Why is it worth the risk or whatever? So
Exactly. I
it's not
completely.
worth the risk.
Me
I
and
can't do
you,
it.
yeah, me and you kind of go different ways on certain subjects, but this one right here, you are spot on. If it ain't no New Year's Six or playoffs, we not playing. Like I'm shutting it down.
Yeah, I'm not doing it.
I'm
And
not doing that.
my thing is whatever. Like I said, this weekend showed me what first of all, the game was way too competitive anyways. The shoe incident, throwing the shoe shouldn't have mattered because
Yeah,
they shouldn't have
but
been in it. LSU done won 2 games. So
there
why
was
are they
three.
even competing
Close
with 3
enough.
games?
But
Okay,
it was
well,
very, like I said, and you said Dan Mullen for head coach. Dan Mullen disappointed me so much because when
mm.
I tell you the pure arrogance he came out there with to think you can shut down Kyle Pitts before the game, nah, bro.
Bro,
And
that's what blew my mind. It's like
I
they
know
acting
they
like they're
said,
not a
oh,
bunch
it
of
was
five
metal.
stars.
I know they said, oh, come on.
What are we talking
Come
about?
on.
Because
LSU young. They not trash. Them
right.
boys some athletes. They're young. They are not. That team is full of 4 stars and 5 stars.
That's 2 times that Dan
And
Mullen did that because he did that with A&M too. Because regardless of what you got to say about Jimbo, Texas A&M got a bunch of 5 stars, dog.
yes,
Period,
sir.
point blank.
That's A&M. But I don't think he took. I don't think he took A&M for granted. I just think that defense was horrible and we fumbled. I think he took LSU for granted. He was
Definitely
like, he thought they could roll the ball out there and they were gonna beat
beat
LSU.
LSU. Yeah,
And LSU showed them what's up. People don't understand, especially us young guys. It wasn't a rivalry. That is a right. That is a right. LSU has officially said, bro, we can beat y'all whenever, because that's the pure hate.
right.
LSU got up for that game. LSU hates Florida. LSU hates Florida and Alabama. We're rivals, bro. That is a rivalry
LSU
game.
has been a rivalry game since the reformatting of the SEC.
Yeah.
Ever since they reformatted and we played LSU was determined to be our West opponent every year, it's been a rivalry.
Yeah,
It
I
wasn't
think
before that.
it
I give
really
you that.
kicked me in my spirit. It kicked off with the grass eating bastard. When
Yeah,
Les
like for
Miles got
real.
there, that thing, oh, it's for real.
And like I said,
Like
bro,
it's been up there and stuck
and
there
stuck
since
there
Les
for
Miles.
sure.
Since Les
And like I
Miles.
said, it really showed me this weekend, like all that hype and thought process of us thinking we might win a national championship this year. Caca. Good luck. I hope Emory Jones got one in them because listen,
I
this is your
think
best
Emory's gonna
opportunity.
I think Emory's gonna be good.
I hope he is.
And see, this is the Dan Mullen offense when you can't run the ball because Kyle two left legs trash. He can't run. Kyle say I ain't here for that. I'm not here for that. And Emory brings you a better dynamic. I think the Gators gonna be even better next year
Well,
because you got to get a new defense.
Emery fits the offense
And
better, but you
Emory,
got to
and then
recruit
you sit back
defense
and
and you
think
got to get the defense better.
Emory can slang that thing. And then hell, Emory threw a touchdown. Pierce, he dropped it.
Yeah.
Emory threw that thing, hit that boy right in the hands.
2 things I think that you need to replace with this Gator team next year. Emory, I think, is a fine replacement at quarterback. However, I think the running back's lacking. I think that
You get Bauman next year, the number one running back in the country.
Well,
He
that's
coming from
well, you know
Clemson.
how I feel about recruiting.
I'm just saying I'm just
You know
saying
how I
one
feel
of the
about
top running
recruiting.
back. I'm just saying he transferring from
Like
Clemson,
I
one of
said.
the top running backs in the country. That's a good look with him and Emory.
Well, I
Florida
hope he
gonna be
work
good,
out.
bro.
I hope he
Florida
work
gonna
out
be
because
good.
that's what you need. You need a
You
running
gotta
back
fix.
because what happened with this Gator team is too dependent on Kyle Trask and Kyle Pitts. Kyle to
Mhm.
Kyle has been too big of a deal.
You gotta
And
run the
really,
ball, and that
honestly,
defense. You gotta run the ball, and that defense is horrible.
you can say all
And
you
I
want.
think
I
it's
know
more
Trask threw
scheme
for
than
a million
anything.
yards. Right. I know Trask threw for a million
Come
yards, but
through, come through. How
what
does it?
good did it do?
He threw for 1,000,000 yards, but I feel like Trask hasn't been on in a while.
Yeah, and
I
that's
think
my
it is
thing.
weird. It makes no
Without
sense.
Pitts,
So,
we can't win.
no, he's had good games without Pitts, but even the Tennessee game, didn't the Tennessee game look a little? It's like,
That's what
I
I'm
guess,
saying. Like
and he
without
balled
Pitts,
out.
bro. I don't know, man. I don't know. Something wrong with the team.
It
Something
just
off.
looked like
And
they've been kind of sluggish, and he's breaking all these records, doing all these numbers, but it still looks
you
sluggish.
got the Heisman Trophy winner on your team, and he's not gonna make the playoffs.
Oh, he just lost the Heisman.
Nah, he ain't lose the Heisman. He gonna win the
Oh yeah,
Heisman.
he did. Who gonna
He
win the
gonna win the
what?
Heisman. He gonna win
Big
the
dog, you
Heisman.
can't. Big dog, you can't. The only way he win this Heisman, he beat Bama.
Nah, he
Now
ain't
it's
got to beat
official.
Bevan to win the
Because me
Heisman.
personally, in my book, you beat LSU, you lose to Bama. I think Kyle Trask still the Heisman. You lose to LSU, then you lose to Bama. Nah, bro, I'm straight.
You
I'm
can't give
straight.
it. You can't give it to Trevor Lawrence. You can't give it to Fields because they ain't play enough games. And then Mac Jones is not better than Kyle Trask.
Mac
So I'm just
Jones,
using common sense
bro,
here.
man, this is so stupid. Mac Jones not even the fourth best player on his damn team.
Yeah. So that's why I'm
That's
saying
what
Kyle.
killed me with the Mac Jones thing. The Mac Jones, stop with the Mac Jones. Bro, I'll take Najee over Mac. I'll take that running back as a Heisman over him.
So what we gonna do
I'll take
is
that wide receiver as a Heisman over him.
exactly. That's my point. So when you use
So
logic,
stop with the
Kyle
Mac Jones.
Trask is the Heisman Trophy winner. That's the
No.
logical answer.
The
Anything
logical
else is
answer is
politics.
Devontae Smith. They on wide receiver.
Anything else is politics. I'm not giving it to Devontae Smith. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. Let me get out of my phone. My phone about to die. And
Okay, so let's predict the
we
game and then get to
I
the
about to say
flags.
we're gonna do a little different. I just want to point out I was dead right about Miami and North Carolina. I said that last week on this show. I said North Carolina gonna blow them out, and you was like, "Oh, you think they're gonna blow them out?" I said they're gonna blow them out. And what happened, bud?
Man, North Carolina stopped the Mississippi mud.
I seen that one a mile away.
North Carolina, them running backs still. I think they damn near rushed for over. God, was over 500 yards
Two running
rushing.
backs with 200 yards and 250 yards apiece.
Jesus.
I seen that one a mile away, bro. I seen that one a mile away. But so we're gonna do SEC and ACC championship games. We're gonna pick both. So I'll go first. Alabama and Florida, not what I thought it was gonna be, but I do think it's gonna be close. So give me Alabama 24, Florida 21. What you got? What you got? Bud clearly think we getting curve stomped.
I'm more 24, 21. What Gator defense gonna stop Alabama from scoring? Oh my God! So the Gator defense gonna hold them boys 24.
Mm-hmm. Because I think they're gonna play tough, man. And it's a meaningless game. Gators do great in meaningless games.
Alabama 30. Alabama either 40 or 45. Florida 28.
35-20. See, yeah. I mean, I get where you're coming from.
Alabama is gonna beat that. Alabama is a killing machine.
Yeah.
You cannot. Alabama is the damn Terminator. You cannot reason with them. You cannot talk to them. They are a machine.
Yeah.
And you got Dan Mullen out here not getting in Marco ass for throwing a damn shoe. Who throws a shoe? Really?
Man. Oh, I don't even. The shoe
And
thing is crazy.
How Marco ass stayed on the field is beyond me.
Me either. He would have been done. He would have had to go to the locker room.
Yeah, like you can't, Marco off the field. Like all this old heat of the moment. Nah, bro, you got to show discipline. You can't
Right,
hurt your team. You hurt the team. If you
right.
hurt the team, you can't. You selfish. That is a self.
And it
What
was a
he
very
did
selfish
was
play.
selfish. I ain't saying these death threats. I ain't because it's getting bad for Marco. I ain't saying some of the things I saw. Marco, if I had 2 bullets and I could kill either Hitler or you, I'd shoot you twice. These are some of the things that was out there for Marco. Pretty
That's
bad.
because it's Florida, and I'm
Exactly.
not even gonna get on that. But yeah,
Exactly.
I know why that
But
is. It's
yeah,
just football,
exactly.
but how it was a dumb decision, but it's
It
just
was a dumb
football,
decision.
y'all. You
But like
tripping?
I completely agree. But Marco, no, Marco might not even play in the SEC championship.
I don't blame them. The season over. I wouldn't even. If I'm the Gators, I'm not playing the SEC championship. They only doing it because they think they got an outside chance at the playoffs. Ain't happening.
No,
Speaking
I'm
of
not
that,
putting him. I'm not. Would you put Florida in the playoffs if they beat Bama?
ooh, only because okay. The reason why I say yes, hear me out. Only because I don't believe the playoff structure and what they're going to do with it this year is fair and make any sense at all. I don't think Ohio State should be eligible. So I would put them. I think the playoffs should be Alabama, Notre Dame, Clemson, and either Florida or Texas A&M. If Florida win, and under that circumstances, I would pick Texas A&M because they beat us head up. So yeah, I guess not. I guess not.
So would you put a one-loss A&M in over SEC champion Florida?
See, that's where it get tough, but I'm gonna have to say yeah because you beat them head to head.
Would you put a one-loss Bama who only lost to Florida in the SEC championship?
Yes, there you go. So ain't no chance. So you know what? I'm not even going out to
I'm not.
Atlanta.
Yeah, I'm not putting Florida in. Florida,
I'm not even
no,
getting on the plane.
no,
Y'all
I'm
can
not
have
put.
that
I'm not
championship
put.
game, but I guess it would be a
No,
disservice to the
no,
fans not to play it.
no, it's big. If like I said, because my season, my judgment as a fan, to me, my season was to get to Atlanta because as a Gator fan, you always want to get to Atlanta and see what's happening. That's a successful season. Get to Atlanta, let the chips fall where they may. Worst case scenario, New Year's Six. That's a successful season to me.
Well,
If
you
you
win in
get
Atlanta, you get a New Year's Six.
no, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying because you're going to the Sugar Bowl. SEC
Right.
champion goes to the Sugar Bowl. But my thing is this: if you get to Atlanta and you had the one loss, then you beat. It's all about getting to a big bowl. Because if you go undefeated, win the SEC, you get to a playoff, you get to a big bowl. You go and you lose only one game, you lose 2 games to A&M and to Alabama, you get to a New Year's Six. That's a successful season to me. You get to Atlanta, you lose to Alabama, you don't go to a New Year's Six. To me, this season is a failure in my book. That's my personal opinion.
I feel you. I feel you. But we both got Alabama winning, so this is irrelevant.
Okay, yeah.
See you at the Shreveport, Mississippi vegan, 2 rocks on the side of the
Who you
road,
got?
blue bonnet bowl.
Who you got? Touchdown Jesus versus they need Jesus.
Give me Notre Dame, man. I think Notre Dame gonna
I
pull
hope
this off.
so. I hope so.
And
I
see
hope
that
Notre
that
Dame
throw a
win.
cog in the wheel too. What if Clemson lose twice and Florida win? So now what you go? You go Bama, Notre Dame, Florida, A&M.
It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be chaos.
Ohio State don't belong in there. You know they're gonna put them
Total,
in, but they don't belong in there.
total and utter chaos.
But give
Okay,
me
so
Notre
that's
Dame,
who you
23-20.
give me Clemson 35-24.
Ooh, I want to believe in Notre Dame so bad. I don't
Me
know
too.
why.
This is the only time
I
I'm
don't know
rooting for
why.
touchdown Jesus. This is the
Yeah,
only
me
time I'm rooting
too.
for.
I never
This is the
root
only
for
time I'm
Notre
rooting for. I
Dame.
never root for me
And
neither.
I don't know why I want to believe in Notre Dame so bad. I don't know if it's because of my hatred for Dabo Sweeney or like, I don't know, but I just want Notre Dame not to be like a fluke. And they're always a fluke.
Who you okay, Big Ten championship. Who you got? Ohio State or the nerds up north?
Is Indiana
Northwestern.
is Indiana
It's
in
Northwestern versus Ohio State.
Oh, I'll tell you who I'm gonna pick. I'm gonna pick Northwestern. Here's why I'm picking Northwestern. I want me to be wrong about the Alabama game, right about the Notre Dame game, and right about the Northwestern game, so I can slide. I can slide the Gators in this back door real quick, like that Tom and Jerry gift.
Good luck. Let me give me my future quarterback. I'm rooting for him to win the natty.
That's funny. I just picked the 2 top draft picks, the 1 and 2 pick in the draft coming up in
That's
April. I
literally the
just picked
only
both of them to
reason.
lose their
That's the
championship
only.
games.
That's the only reason I'm going for Ohio State because I want my future quarterback to have a to be a natty
Natty.
champion. That's it.
Yeah, well,
What
I
else
don't
we
think he's
missing?
doing it.
Are we picking? Are
Ohio
we
State, they not beating them boys. They're
not
not
beating?
beating
They're not
Alabama.
beating Northwestern.
They're
Or
not
they're not
beating.
beating
They're not. No,
Alabama.
they're not beating Alabama. I doubt
That's the
they'll beat
only.
Florida either.
The only way you can. The only teams that can on paper play with Alabama is Ohio State and Clemson. Because on
Okay.
paper, on paper, those are the
I mean, I agree with you,
top
but okay.
recruits on paper. But I see what you're
Okay.
saying.
Okay.
The Pac championship, the Pac-12,
USC.
USC, Oregon.
And you
It
don't
was
even know
going to
how
be
bad
US.
I hurt
It
with
used. It was going to be
UCLA
USC.
losing.
It was going to be USC Washington, but Washington had to drop out due to COVID.
Yep. And then UCLA almost pissed on the Black Panther Party for USC.
I was rooting for them too. If it makes you feel any better,
Bro,
I was rooting for your Bruins. I was rooting.
we haven't beat USC in years.
Yeah, I was rooting for them.
Since freaking, I'm talking about before Jones Drew. We haven't beat USC in forever. I thought USC was going down this year, and then sure enough, Chip Kelly strikes again.
Yeah, they
What
pulled
a
it out
horrible hire that was.
Yeah, we dodged that bullet. They pulled it out last minute. Is that it for championship week?
That's it, man. This show is called Flag on the Play, where we throw flags on those who are violating the game every week. That's what we do. We throw the flag. So this week, in honor of throwing flags and in honor of throwing things, I invited a special guest to come in and flip the coin. The shoe himself came in, and since then it was an inanimate object, I didn't realize that when I booked them because it cost $1,000. It was crazy. But since it's an inanimate object, of course, the shoe couldn't flip the coin, so I had to do it. Came up tails. Tails never ever fails, always prevails. But I adjudicate to you. Go ahead.
Let me see. As always, which is no surprise to anyone. Marco Wilson. What in all the hell? Who throws a shoe? Really? Marco, you got it. Marco, you got to get that flag. Another flag on the Big Ten for changing their rules to put in Ohio State. Just the Big Ten in general. How you handled COVID was horrible. Like, you gave yourself no leeway to make any moves or do anything. That's horrible within itself. Throwing that flag on the Big Ten. Throwing also. That's pretty much it. I'm trying to think. Yep, I'm going to leave it too. Those are my 2 flags on the Big Ten and Marco Wilson throwing a shoe. I'm sorry. And another thing, any Florida State fan who got hyped that Florida lost to LSU, but you're a Florida State fan.
Yeah, what are we talking about?
What are we doing?
Nebraska South.
Exactly. Those are my flags.
Nebraska South. Man, I am throwing my flag on the Pittsburgh Steelers first and foremost. Y'all are
fraud. Told you they was fraud. You did not want to believe me. I told you Pittsburgh was fraud.
I believed in Mike Tomlin. You fake. You fake like these chicks weed, baby.
Whoa.
Fake.
Whoa.
Fake.
You
this season.
Not put that on Tomlin. You will put that on Big Ben and I'm sorry behind why.
It's him. He coaching.
It's not Tomlin. Don't you put that on Tomlin.
Nah,
I hate Big Ben. Don't put that on Tomlin.
Mike, come home, baby. Coach Jags. It's fake. So I'm throwing that. My next flag or whatever, I'm throwing on the NCAA. And the reason why I'm throwing it on the NCAA is, like Bud said, a bunch of teams had to drop out because of games. Games was getting moved around. People wasn't doing whatever. And then you had multiple players that tested positive for COVID, including Trevor Lawrence. And I just, in light of what happened with Keontae Johnson collapsing on the court or whatever, and I don't know if that's COVID related or not. I know he had a heart attack, but I don't know if he previously had COVID or not. I just feel like, why are we not paying these kids, man? These kids out here playing amateur sports, which amateur means without pay. Like, you know what I'm saying? So they're playing amateur sports in a pandemic where you can get a virus that we don't know what the virus is gonna do to you or whatever, because we don't have enough research on it. Why? For y'all entertainment? I'm not saying don't play. I'm just saying pay them boys. Because if Coastal Carolina, them ran all up and down the country and stayed undefeated, playing football, switching games around and doing all that. Ain't nobody from Coastal Carolina going in the top, two rounds?
Coastal Carolina got offensive linemen who 5'9", under 300 pounds.
Come on. So what they putting their life on the line for? Period, point blank.
For,
so
you want to know what they're doing it for? For the glory.
And even then, yeah, okay. And even then, let's get outside the players. Let's get outside the players. What about the staff? The staff be old cats, out of shape.
They getting paid. They all right.
They getting paid. That's my point. They're getting paid.
They all right.
So nobody don't care about the staff. Because it's your decision if you want to work in this.
Man, they'll be all right. Nick Saban got Ronald twice. He's still around. He'll be all right. But honestly, the thing is with Nick Saban,
not human.
Plus evil never dies, but that's a story for another day.
That's true. That's so true. Evil does not die, my friend. I'm with you when you're right. That being said, though, man, we gotta do something about this Rona thing, man. Y'all gotta do something about these. You gotta pay these players, and if the players get paid in the future, the next 5 years or so, we need to retroactively go back and pay all of these players. For real. They put it on the line. I just want to point out that Keontae Johnson, I hope you get better, bro. And I hope
praying to say, oh my God, thoughts and prayers and all that stuff. Hopefully he pulled through, man.
I hope you pulled through and back at it. And then on a positive note, 2 positive things before we get out here. First, the Cleveland Indians have decided to change their name from the Cleveland Indians, which is offensive to Native Americans. I'm just saying, Flag Family, I was up on this, bud, 3 years ago?
Yeah, you've been on this Native American push.
And hey, look, Florida State, you the last of the Mohicans.
Actually, we looking a little rough. I got a confession, FOTP family. I got a Clark Griswold Blackhawks jersey.
Yeah.
I'm busting that thing out.
I don't know if it'll make you feel any better. The Blackhawks aren't a real tribe. It's not a real thing. So it's like a saying. This is like Blackhawks. It's like they made up a Native American tribe. So I don't know how I feel about that one, but change that one too.
Oh, that jersey cold. It's cold, bro.
It is cold.
It's cold.
It is cold. It is
cold. That jersey cold. That's a cold jersey.
Listen, I always like the Chicago Blackhawks sweater and all that or whatever, and I get it. It's not a real thing, and it's less offensive than Indians or Redskins for sure, but it's still offensive.
What about the Seminoles, the mighty Seminoles? You can't. That's brings pride.
That's why I say change it, man. I just say change them all. Don't name your team after after people. Name your team after things or animals or if you want to name your team after, you call it the Warriors.
What about Seminoles? That's a tribe. What do you mean animals? All right, Peter got something for that.
I'm straight on Peter. Peter, you can suck it. Okay.
Hey.
Listen, Peter can suck it because I had
allegedly.
They had a state before yesterday. And that being said, also, so they get rid of the Cleveland Indians, so that's a positive thing. Then I just want to point out that the Washington football team, after changing their name, are
about to win the NFC
East with a coach who just beat cancer and a quarterback whose leg ain't work right, Lieutenant Dave.
Look at all that karma. Look at all that karma. Look at all that karma coming their way.
So yeah, I'm with all that. So Cleveland, championship is on your way once you change that name, baby. Championship is on your way. I'm just saying. That being said, Flag Family, we appreciate you. We only got 3 more weeks of this suffrage, and then we'll take a break. We'll be back for the Super Bowl.
Hang strong, FOTP family. 3 more weeks from T-Law or Fields. Hold on.
3 more weeks, and then we'll do the AFC Championship game show, the Super Bowl show. Then we'll be in the draft season.
It's like Steve Harvey say, we can do it together.
I'm trying to tell you. But
we can get through this.
We'll be Duval
till we die.
You a hater, bear.